Welcome to 3 Count Commentaries. I'm going to try to make this swift and quick and clear. The Cody Rhodes conversation about AEW from all sides is extremely tired. We've been having this conversation for he's been in WWE for another 2 years, right? It was right around near the end of AEW, of his AEW run. And the entirety of the time he's been in WWE, the AEW fan base has been diminishing Cody's accomplishments in AEW, diminishing what he did in AEW, diminishing what he means to AEW, saying he was the last person to sign the contract, saying all of these things, and Cody having to keep addressing it over and over and over again. To me, it's tired. He's right when he says that the audience pushes people away. He's 100% correct. Their behavior is fanatical. Their behavior is psychotic. The only reason I'm making this video right now is because they're talking about it again. Because Cody Rhodes mentioned that he was the first to actually meet Tony Khan. And they're like, well, the Young Bucks told the truth in their book. He was the last one to sign a contract. I'm like, what difference does it make? Guess what? He might not have had an ink pen. Or maybe he was debating it because he actually has other opportunities. The idea that he was the last one to sign. It's like, who cares, bro? Why is that relevant? Explain to me in clear terms that actually matter. That this is a relevant argument to make. He was on the first Dynamite. He was at the announcement. He was the front man, the spokesman for AEW. If you go back and you look at all the articles, it's Cody talking. Cody talking about what AEW is going to be, how they're going to pay people, how they're going to structure the women's division. All of that stuff was through Cody, not Kenny Omega and not the Young Bucks. Oh, he was the last one to sign the contract. Who cares? And this is where I get to Cody. Because nobody cares, why do you keep addressing this? It's almost as if he is trying to placate those people and quote unquote correct the record, because once again, you got the elite, they got their story out there first. So whenever, and this is when you know people are kind of low IQ, is when they just react to the first thing that they heard. So the Young Bucks put out a book. The book says that Cody was the last person to sign the contract. Cody didn't disagree with that, but said that he didn't like that they put that in the book because it makes him look like he was second guessing what's going on and that he wasn't as important to signing to AEW or whatever. And he keeps being defensive about that. That makes you look weak. It makes you look pathetic. Bro, you have to, at some point, you have to write it off and just say, look, I'm tired of talking about this. The record is there. It is what it is. All right. I'm not going to sit here and keep defending this and going over and over again with this and relitigating this. If that's the mythology they want to create, fine. It is what it is. They have done this to everybody who has left AEW. And some people do it when WWE wrestlers leave. You know? Oh, you didn't mean that much anyway. You didn't matter that much. We didn't really need you. Okay, fine. The idea that he has to keep addressing this, keep putting himself on the barbecue to get roasted on the internet by these weirdos pretty much quarterly is ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous. He has said numerous times he likes AEW. It got a little rocky there at the end. He wanted to do something else with his career, and he did that. The AEW fan base are too rabid and ridiculous to respect that. That's too bad. All right. He can't change that, and it is what it is. He knows that they're a cult because he was in it. So the idea that he's going to keep trying to argue and debate with the cult members is ridiculous to me. I mean, you say anything in regards to Cody and AEW, it's an argument. That's how stupid some of these people are. You say Cody Rhodes was a Bullet Club leader. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't no leader, no Bullet Club. No, he wasn't. He's like, okay, bro, it's not. Guess what? He's in a perfectly fine place right now, without having ever been a leader of the Bullet Club. Who cares what New Japan said? Who cares what Ring of Honor said? And they both said he was a leader. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to argue with you about it. Because I know that the Bullet Club is more precious to you than it is to me. I don't care about the history of the Bullet Club. I don't care whether he was a draw in Ring of Honor or not. That matters to you, not to me. All I know is he's a Ring of Honor World Champion. They wouldn't have put the belt on him if he wasn't a draw. They put the U.S. title on him in New Japan. They wouldn't have done that if he wasn't integral in trying to break into the United States. These things don't matter that much to me. And they shouldn't matter that much to Cody. I know they're debating his legacy, quote unquote, but your legacy isn't something that you really argue about. Your legacy is going to be written by your biographer, right? Somebody who's going to take a great deal of interest in your life once you're already old, or once you're already dead, or once you write your own book when you're an old man. That's when you start debating your legacy and you start looking back and saying, man, I wish this would have been different or that would have been different. Today, the proliferation of podcasting has people looking back on something that's 2 years ago without knowing full information about why things are the way they are. We still don't even know why Cody left AEW. We don't even know why he left. One of the fans, however, did mention something that I thought was very suspicious. A good question. Why did Brandy's job title not go to somebody else when she left? That's a good question. Who is the chief brand officer of AEW right now? If you don't know off the top of your head, it's probably because they don't have one. If you actually Google chief brand officer in AEW, the only person that's going to come up is Brandy Rhodes. So that's a really good thing to look at. Hey, that position that Brandy was given, completely made up, and Tony Khan, I guess, axed it when she left. That's something we could discuss. But just having these conversations about what Cody meant to AEW is stupid and it's pathetic. But Cody is 100% correct that the neckbeards, the sickos, the weirdos of AEW are running off the normies. They're scaring the hoes. All right. All this psychosis about when Cody Rhodes signed the contract, whether he was the leader of Bullet Club, all this stuff, it's scaring people off. People are like, we don't want to watch this show because you people are crazy. And you're not even like, it's one thing to just be slanted, kind of biased. It's like you're wholly in the camp of the elite. It's almost like you have an altar that you worship to like Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. And it's been going on for years. Years and years and years of this. It's a cult of personality, you know? And people are tired of it, quite frankly. I know I've been tired of it. We've been talking about it forever. This holier than thou attitude, this, what do you want to call it? Cult-like devotion to the Young Bucks and the elite. It ran off Cody. It ran off CM Punk. It's running off Ricky Starks. It's tried to run off MJF. Again and again, we keep saying the same things. These psychotic mouth breathers insist that what they believe about the Young Bucks and the elite is the appropriate way to read history and the appropriate history of AEW. And I'm saying, why does it matter that these people want to argue with you about it? It doesn't. We know AEW's fans are off-putting. We know AEW fans are psychotic. We know that their psychosis has put off Cody Rhodes. It ran off CM Punk. It tried to run off MJF. They're running off Ricky Starks currently. You know, they have abused talent in order to protect the image of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. They have downplayed accomplishments. They have downplayed participation. And they've done all of this in order to make it seem like the place wouldn't exist without the elite. You know, Cody wasn't really even in the elite in the first place or whatever. It's like, it's constant with that stuff. It's tiring. I don't understand why anybody consistently gets involved with this Cody Rhodes elite stuff. It's worn out. We know what they're going to say already. The Young Bucks have said what they said. Everybody claims that they love each other. Oh, we're great friends. That's the part that I don't like. Cody keeps talking about how great friends they are, but they had some issues. It's like, all friends have issues, of course. I didn't like that they put that in their book. Okay, why does it matter? Write your own book and tell the story the way that you feel like it's been told. Because Brandy's tried to tell the story, Cody's tried to tell the story, everybody has tried to tell the story, and ultimately, I don't care that much about the history of AEW or the origin. The company's only been around for 5 years. All right? Let somebody else write that book. This idea that, okay, but the Young Bucks got their story out early, so it must be true. No, it doesn't have to be true. We don't know how true it is. So, look, everybody's debating this. There's no debate. Cody Rhodes needs to stop speaking on these people. He's a WWE champion. He needs to just say, look, I've said everything they need to say about AEW. Nobody said anything else that I disagree with or I have a problem with. I'm just going to leave it at that. You know, please see my other previous 300 interviews where I talked about AEW, whether I was under contract or not. If you're not going to tell the story about why you left, then leave it alone. Let it go. It's pretty pathetic to me that Cody Rhodes keeps wasting everybody's time, riling up these sickos and neckbeards, because all they care about is what happened in Ring of Honor and New Japan. They always saw him as a WWE guy, and that's the way they treated him. And I've said this 100 times. So why this continuing, I don't know. It's pointless. So, what do you guys think?
Skin tone, so why attach yourself and piggyback the wealth you didn't earn or lack yourself? I'm telling you to own up to your own success and failures. It's a reason why these sleazy guys